Hey, on today's live, we're going to talk about the Cleveland area housing market. But first, very first, I want to highlight the city's unique charm, its diverse neighborhoods, and I want to talk about some of the growing opportunities here. What I'm also seeing is I'm kind of feeling like I'm a little bit off kilter in terms of my stability, and you can see my plant light in the purple, but that's okay. Stay here for a minute, make sure to comment below, and just hang out so that you can be in the know as far as our local housing statistics go. So anyway, back to the Cleveland highlights. You know, we have so many cool things going on here. We have just a really intense historic richness. You can explore our history, really everything from, the industrial roots to becoming this vibrant city with really diverse cultural heritage, a lot of different kind of employment opportunities and all kind of things, our medical facilities, obviously unparalleled. We have these intense and iconic landmarks, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you haven't been there, I recommend it. And that totally contributes kind of to our unique charm, the lakeside, all of that business. And then, of course, our neighborhoods. We have all these different neighborhoods, whether you're looking, something like a Tremont or in Ohio City, or you're more kind of suburban over Cleveland Heights, University Heights, Beachwood. There's just a lot that the greater Cleveland area has to offer. I mean, University Circle, dang, a lot going on over there. Unique architecture, local businesses, and even some community vibes. Yes, indeed. And we are really a cultural hub. You've got arts, music, museums, theaters. My husband and I have a disagreement on how you say that word, but and music venues. And then of course there's so much going on here, like the International Film Festival. We have a documentary film festival, the orchestra. Really just a tremendous amount going on. Oh, I don't mean to leave you out if you're into sports. So if you're into sports, we got the Browns, the Cavs, and the Guardians. I don't want to forget baseball, America's favorite pastime. And I've even been to a hockey game here. That was really pretty fun too. So all our teams, Cleveland can be very sports focused, which is just fine. So as a sports hub, I think it really adds to our cities, just kind of like adds to the vibrancy of like what's going on and the unique experiences that you can have when you're here. Lastly, I don't want to forget economic growth and opportunities. There's that economic corridor that they built, which if you've ever tried to get from here to there, is really a fabulous road to drive on. And we have really some cool emerging industries. And like I say, we're a huge medical city as well. So there's a lot going on that I don't want you to forget about in terms of Cleveland's growth, okay? Just development is going on, the Flats East Bank, new park in Beachwood. I just see development happening all over the place. Okay, now back to the task at hand. Our Cleveland current housing trends. Market edition, market overview. Here we go. Yes, Cleveland's market is steady appreciation. Cleveland has experienced a steady home price appreciation in recent years. We are not as rapid as some of the markets that you have heard of, some that you might even love and know and live in. But the stability is attractive to both buyers and sellers in other ways. Stability can be a really good thing. While some markets have seen that insane growth and insane prices up and down, we're really level at about 3% this year compared to last year at this time. I'm standing here January 2024. So that means if you were to look at a visual graph, you would basically see a line that didn't really go too high, for sales prices. I mean, there's always that outlying neighbor, that everybody always says, but my neighbor got X, Y, and Z for their house. That's cool. But my friends, they are the exception, not the rule. And while you're wondering, I know you're wondering, but what's my home worth? Because, hey, we all want to know. I have a handy dandy link right below to click. All you have to do, it takes like 2 seconds, maybe 2 minutes. Let's call it 2 minutes. 2 minutes to really see your home value. And then you can just hop on a call with me and we can discuss whether that home value that the computer algorithm gives you, whether it's correct, too high, too low, just right, accurate, whatever, something interesting to talk about. So we have some inventory challenges. Yes, we do. In Cleveland, Ohio as well. The housing market in Cleveland, like many, many others, is facing a lack of inventory. We call that an inventory challenge. If you were in a grocery store and there weren't groceries, that'd be an inventory challenge too, obviously. There's a demand for homes, but supply is down about 18 to 19%, leading to some competitive conditions in certain neighborhoods. However, that still does not mean that you can overprice your house, as I'm seeing some longer market times of around 45 days, even in Beachwood. Yes, even in my own city. And as we real estate agents like to say, days on market are not your friend. The longer your house is on the market, the more perceived from the buyer's standpoint that the price should be low. That's literally like every single buyer out there. Oh, the house has been on the market for 50 days, so I can offer even lower. It's really an important thing to pay attention to. And we have affordability factors. Affordability remains a key factor in Cleveland's housing market, as typically that's an appeal. Whether a lot of investors are here, right, because of our property prices, the cost of living, though, is relatively lower here than compared to some of the other metropolitan areas, which attracts the first-time home buyers, medical residents like it here, and really those who just want a more affordable housing option, especially compared to our friends who live on the coasts, right? Let's talk about interest rates for a minute. The fluctuation of interest rates continues to influence the housing market in all the ways you know of. What's interesting is that even though we saw interest rates drop this week, I think they're somewhere around 6%, interest rates could stimulate home buying activity. They don't necessarily drive prices up. It just depends. Higher rates may impact affordability and slow down the pace of transactions. Whether it makes the prices drop, it's just, it's hard to say. It's really crucial for sellers to stay informed about these trends and to make super well-informed decisions when it comes time to actually sell your house. People think it's only buyers that need to know that, but I'm telling you, sellers need to know that too. So I want to talk about some pain points. Stagnant listings. So many homeowners face challenges with stagnant listings. It's so depressing. Your house has been on the market and it's really so hard. It's hard to keep it clean. You wonder what your real estate agent is doing for you and you're like, this stinks. Okay, I've got a solution. It's strategic pricing. You must absolutely 100% price your house on the nose. You must implement that as a technique to get your house sold. It's not just something you'd like to do. It is part of selling the house. So here's the other things that I'm going to throw out. Pricing, staging. I'd like you to have professional photography, really good professional photography, targeted online advertising. Yes, of course we do that. And making sure that your house is show ready, like sparkling clean. Now, let's get into some really specific neighborhood stuff, right? Because you know that I love Beachwood, but it's not just Beachwood. There's a lot of neighborhoods out there in Cleveland that, we could talk about. I mean, we got to talk about like amenities and, things that might be going on in that neighborhood. Well, guess what? We play a game on our team. We play this game every single week, which is that we guess the amount of inventory and price ranges and average days on market for each city that our agents live in. So that gives us a whole bunch of cities and gives us kind of a variety. That gets us to look at, ready, Chagrin Falls, Eastlake, Solon, Mayfield Heights, Shaker Heights, Lyndhurst, and yes, indeed, Beachwood, Ohio. But those are not the only markets we look at, but we look at those very specifically, and then we're able to extrapolate to the bigger area, Cuyahoga County, Lake County, Medina County, Lorain County, even sometimes Summit. Today, there are 12 single-family homes on the market in Beachwood, which, given that 9 homes a month sold over the last 6 months in Beachwood, Ohio, we have about 1.5 months of inventory. Now, this is kind of a fun and crazy number to me. Ready? Those sales were literally all over the map, price-wise. They went from $199,900 to $1 million. So what's the takeaway? Well, you could find anything you want in Beachwood. You just have to be patient because there's only 1.5 months of inventory. Let's talk about another pain point, and that is back to this pricing dilemmas thing. Homeowners struggle with pricing their properties, and they need to lean on the help of people who have sold houses a lot. And I hear the same things over and over and over again. I understand we have this balance. You want a quick sale, you want the most amount of money. My job is to get you the most amount of money. I mean, again, you can check your home value in seconds using the link below. But what I really want you to do is I want you to work on some really good pricing strategies. I want you to really, really know the market. I want to talk about comparative market analysis and why your neighbor's house isn't the same as your house. And I don't want you to be insulted if I tell you your house is not this, or this house was that. You know, you just got to be really, really, really careful. I want you to think about some testimonials. I want you to think about, if your agent has people who love using their services, basically. Oh, and I wanted to read you something. Hold on. I have it written. Sorry, had to grab my thing. I have it written right here. Caitlin Edwards wrote a review, and it says, the Socher team did a great job in assisting us with our first home purchase. Our agent, Sammy, that's Sammy Haydu, was wonderful throughout the process, keeping us up to date and informed on every single step. We couldn't have done it without her and her great team. So that is so nice. We love to hear things like that. So I'll say, it goes like this in the end. You can get your house price right. You can get it sold quickly if you want to. And if you want, also, you should reach out for a personalized consultation. You can always call me directly, 216-255-7377. Check that link below to grab your home value. And as always, know your numbers, because today, my friends, your numbers matter more than ever before.